My name is Gita Jensen, and I'm the Director for the contract research organization NIS Labs. I am a systems biologist and I specialize in natural products research. This presentation is about Biovaflex, which is a natural product from egg membrane, and its effects on joint function, mobility, and reduction of chronic pain. So what is egg membrane? It is the thin, strong layer inside the eggshell that protects the egg white and egg yolk. The egg membrane is designed to provide unique protection to the developing chick until the egg hatches. Here's a photo of egg membrane from electron microscopy showing the tightly knitted proteins. You can see that the proteins in raw egg membrane are in a dense and inaccessible matrix. In Biovaflex, the proteins are hydrolyzed so that the proteins have become smaller pieces called peptides and amino acids. Compounds in a hydrolyzed product are immediately available for supporting a reduction of free radical stress. Biovaflex has been researched over the past 8 years for its effect on joint health. An initial pilot study involved 42 people consuming Biovaflex for 6 weeks and showed improvements in joint function and pain reduction. Secondly, a placebo-controlled clinical trial involved 88 people and showed significant reduction of the inflammatory marker C-reactive protein after 60 days. And finally, we performed a clinical trial on joint function. Whereas the initial studies used questionnaires to evaluate pain and function, it was an important component for the most recent trial to use objective measures of joint mobility. The results from this most recent trial is a focus for this presentation. This recent double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled clinical trial used a crossover design, which means that the same people were studied when they consumed Biovaflex and when they consumed placebo. The study involved 25 people, and results were published in the peer-reviewed Journal of Medicinal Food. Here is a diagram that shows the study design. People were randomly assigned to consume either Biovaflex or placebo for the first part of the study. Half the participants consumed Biovaflex first and placebo later in the study, as shown in the top diagram. The other half of the participants consumed placebo first and Biovaflex later in the study, as shown in the bottom diagram. The periods when they consumed Biovaflex versus placebo were separated by a 4-week washout period. Before and after each 4-week period, the joint function and range of motion was evaluated, and in addition, people scored pain levels on a daily basis. The changes after consuming Biovaflex were compared to changes after consuming placebo. This included range of motion, daily functioning, activity level, energy level, and pain. Here are the results of the objective measurements of range of motion. We tested the mobility along the vertical weight-bearing axis of the body from the neck through the spine to the knees and also the shoulders. The black bars show the results after 4 weeks of consuming Biovaflex, and the white bars show the results after consuming placebo. In studies of this nature, we expect some placebo effect. However, there was clearly more improvement after consuming Biovaflex than after consuming placebo. The strongest improvements were seen in the neck, the right knee, and the dominant shoulder. And this is important because the dominant shoulder is often tense due to poor work posture, bad habits when using phones and computers, etc. The improved motion and reduced stiffness of this major joint suggests that consuming Biovaflex supports joint function in a broad sense, even in the absence of joint disease or overt pain. Here are the results regarding difficulties in the ability to perform daily activities such as walking, getting out of bed, and going on stairs. The black bars show the changes after consuming Biovaflex, and the white bars show the changes after consuming placebo. After consuming Biovaflex, people reported much less difficulties performing daily activities compared to when the same people had consumed placebo. The changes after consuming Biovaflex were significant for 8 of the 12 activities, shown with green and orange circles. 5 of these were highly significant, those are the green circles. In contrast, after consuming placebo, none of the changes were significant. After 4 weeks of consuming Biovaflex, people reported much improvement in both physical activity and physical energy. The improvement in physical activity levels was statistically significant. And in contrast, people did not report such changes after consuming placebo. Study participants scored their pain on a daily basis. Results pertain to lower back pain are shown, Biovaflex by a solid line and placebo by a dotted line. The results are shown for the 13 study participants that were enrolled during the winter months where the weather was constant, so seasonal weather changes did not affect the scores. A rapid and sustained pain reduction was seen. The improvement was statistically significant already after 5 days, as shown by the asterisks on the graph. So in conclusion, the clinical results showed that consumption of Biovaflex supported several aspects of healthy physical functioning. Joint mobility improved, performing daily activities became easier, activity levels improved, and physical energy increased. In addition, Biovaflex helped reduce chronic pain, where the improvement for back pain was significant already in 5 days. These positive improvements are key to the maintenance of good physical health, as people experienced more energy and were able to be more physically active for a healthy and active lifestyle.